In this video, I will share my new approach to self-discipline in 2025 because contrary to everything that can be heard, self-discipline can actually be detrimental. My name is Koloina and I used to have an income business, and now I am a dating, mindset and self-improvement coach for high achievers. Subscribe to my channel for more self-improvement tips. So why do I kind of choose to be less self-disciplined? What happened is that in December 2023, I was hit by sickness, and my whole 2024 has been marked by sickness. In particular, what happened is that a practice like meditation that used to bring relief and peace in my day didn't work anymore. I started, on the contrary, to be nervous and more stressful because meditation enhances your mindfulness and your mindfulness of your environment. It enhances your five senses. And so it's like I was open to the world wide and I would feel everything. And so I would feel easily harassed by city life, for example, and by noises. And so I became easily exhausted. And so when I saw that meditation was worsening my condition of exhaustion, I decided one day to simply stop. I said, okay, no more of that. I get rid of what doesn't serve me anymore, despite the fact that everyone recommends healthy habits, meditation. I chose to stop. And so what I felt from it was incredible freedom. From the moment I stopped, I could feel my brain finally resting. It was finally free to wander like never before because it used to focus through meditation and so work. My brain really needed rest. And so this is the main lesson and understanding that I got from that experience of, quote, a healthy habit that is supposed to enhance your life and that for me became actually detrimental, is that meditation, the kind that focuses on your environment, on breathing, on noises, on objects, and by extension, self-discipline is still work for the brain. I used to curb my brain by forcing it to focus and by enforcing self-discipline in so many aspects of my life, like for physical and mental health, for my finances, and so on and so forth. But the thing is, self-discipline is actually energy taxing. It has a cost in energy attached to it, that is willpower. And willpower is a finite resource that needs to be managed. And that's why your brain needs to rest from self-discipline from time to time. The second lesson is that your brain is multifaceted. Yes, it needs work and self-discipline. It is healthy for its development. But you also need to make room for curiosity, play, creativity, spontaneity, discovery, curiosity. They are all facets of your brain. And so you need to make room for all those needs of your brain in your daily or weekly or monthly routine so that it is balanced fed. Otherwise, it can lead to burnout. And so how do I decide to approach self-discipline in the new year? I think that it summarizes in one word. I choose self-respect over self-discipline. And when I say self-respect is that I choose to listen to myself and really put the individual at the heart of the process instead of simply auto-accepting and self-imposing external standards of self-discipline because, successful people, they say that meditation is super healthy, that you should exercise 4 or 5 times a week, or that you need to read, 5 minutes a day. I stopped listening stupidly to what others say and started to listen to me more. And what does it look like? It's like listening first to how I feel, for example, in my body. If I feel a headache while meditating, it is a warning from my body that says, stop. And so I should listen to that body warning because this is a symptom. This is an indicator of something that needs to be adjusted. Also, I listen more to my habit performance. Like if I see that I stagnate at 50% of completion of my daily routine, like for example, I struggle with respecting my sleep schedule every night. First, I see the result. I see the fact that I struggle with it. And then I wonder, why do I struggle with it? And so it's really having that conversation with the facts, with the results, like what is happening and why, because there must be a legit reason of why there is that pattern of missing your daily habits. And so in the end, it's really about preferring self-compassion over self-judgment. Because I used to think that, okay, if I failed today at my daily habit of sleeping by 10 p.m., it means that tomorrow I need to do better. I did wrong today, so I need to improve tomorrow. And that notion of good and bad is actually judgment, which is the wrong attitude. And so now I prefer self-compassion, which is really having that internal conversation with your performance, with your daily results, asking like what and why, and adjusting consequently. And especially, I think that self-compassion is really considering the human being holistically, because it's not just about executing your daily habits, it's also about including maybe a season where you're in. Like, for example, as I said, I was sick this year, 2024. And so self-compassion is really about listening to all the aspects of you, your body, your mind, your spirit, and listening to the season, the situation you're in. Self-compassion is really self-respect, respecting all the sides of you. And I think that the best tool to execute self-compassion is actually flexibility. Flexibility is the attitude. I've just started to embrace it so much in 2024, and I think that is the key attitude that I will bring in my 2025, because I have experienced some stuff this year. Like, for example, I used to have the habit of stopping being on screen by a certain time, like by 9 p.m. And I remember there was that night where I was like, fuck it, like I don't want to stop being on screen, I want to watch a movie. And what happened is that I decided to stay up later. I decided to watch the movie until it was 10:30 p.m. And the day after, what was amazing is that I woke up better. I woke up earlier. I woke up even more refreshed than if I had decided to stop the screen by a certain time. And I had also other experiences. For example, I leverage times of intermittent fasting. Like when that period stops, I leverage it to start a healthy habit of eating healthy, like stopping processed foods and refined sugar. And I remember I was like over like 1.5 months in, and I decided very spontaneously, I was like, I want to eat like those smoked juicy sausages, juicy greasy fries with it, with an amazing texture. And so I ate at that restaurant, and can I tell you one thing? It was the same like deep and incredible experience where the morning after when I woke up even more refreshed. I was rejuvenated by a smoked sausage and fries. And so from those key moments, I learned like it's really about nourishing yourself, body and mind, which is, yes, maybe it's healthier for your brain, for your sleep schedule to stop the screen 1 hour before sleep. And yes, maybe it's also healthier to eat a salad. But what if what you needed right now was more to feed your soul than feeding your body? And so now I view it more holistically, which is way more healthier, is that I allow myself, again, like flexibility through spontaneity. I really listen to myself, like what is the most beneficial for me? Is it to really sleep by 10 p.m., by stopping the screen by 9:30, by eating a bland dry salad? And lastly, I invite flexibility in my daily routine by using ranges, for example, time slots. Like if I see 70% of the time I struggle with sleeping by a certain time, it means that it is not suitable for me. It is not realistic. And so what I have done, I have adjusted my sleep schedule, which is instead of saying I will sleep by 10 p.m., now it's more like I need to sleep between 10 and 10:30 p.m., which is more flexible and more realistic. And it's really setting a smart goal. Okay, it doesn't necessarily need to be like, I need to sleep by, I need to read as many pages in a book, I need to exercise 5 times a week. It can be, I need to exercise from 2 to 5 times a week. I need to read between 3 and 5 pages a day. And so yes, set a smart goal for yourself, even when it means being less precise. And the last tip to sustain self-discipline in 2025 for me is more of a mindset. And that is really about approaching falling off track of your habit, like testing instead of failing. And it's really about, again, stopping casting judgment subconsciously. Because you've missed one day, it means that you have failed. As I've shared before, I've had those key moments in my habits journey where I've really seen that skipping one day was actually good to me. And so my last recommendation is really, again, prefer self-compassion instead of casting judgment, which is ask yourself questions. Like, for example, how do I feel after eating one pastry instead of keeping my strict, rigid eating schedule? How do I feel after not exercising for one day? After choosing to staying up late, watching a movie instead of sleeping early? It's really, again, about putting the individual at the center, removing self-judgment. It's about experimenting and adjusting, doing, assessing, and adjusting. And so my last question is, how do you currently achieve self-discipline, or what do you intend to do in 2025 to be more self-disciplined? I see you in the next video and probably in the new year. Bye.